Yo, I was looking at the preliminary rounds. I actually like the fighters on there too.
I wanted to talk about a couple of them that are on there. Not in depth, but
The one I am excited for is Alex Perez.
yeah, I got that one. I got the Arlovskis on there, Casey O'Neill, and the Perez. Simply because they're actually pretty good fights. Like they're important fights.
Yeah, exactly. They're actually pretty good fighters.
And the fact that I was like, wait, Arlovski's still fighting?
And then he's never gonna stop. He's gonna be royalty for the UFC. Like he's the first. I think he took the heavyweight division back and then kind of moved it up a little bit more than what it was.
Yeah,
and they just Frankie Nagata did all that after that. And he's a land.
What do you think he makes? 50 grand a fight now? Like he probably don't make shit.
But listen, the man is 33-20. Yeah, he's fought a lot of fights, and I'm pretty sure a majority of those fights were UFC fights.
Yeah, I think they were. He's been in the UFC.
You see Roxanne Modafferi fighting now? I thought she was done. That little nerd, I love her. She's good.
She's about to be done. Casey O'Neill is real. She good.
I know. Casey. Well, they threw in there with the Well, Roxanne was never a puncher. Let's say that.
It's good though. Yo, you never know with them women. Like sometimes, girls can't wrestle. You get them on the ground. It's bye bye. All right, let me start this up. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Right. Oh, thank God my audio worked. Sometimes my audio's been messing up. So we're here. We're starting. We're fresh. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the My Side of the Block podcast. Today, you guys don't just get to hear me talk because I've been doing a podcast like every day because I got nothing else to do. I'm done work early. But why not, right? But we got my man Paulie back in here. And when we got Paulie in the studio, it's going to be a good-ass fucking podcast. I don't know about you, Paul. But anytime we're doing a podcast on a Tuesday, that means we got something going on a Thursday. So
major moves on Thursday.
Yeah, guys, I always say tune in on Thursdays because we're live. But we had to do a double this week because I'm excited for this Thursday. We got Stoop Debates number 3 of the year coming up. And we were just talking about this off camera. I'm excited for this one because we got two guys coming on that pretty much talk to each other and hang out every single day. And they want to win. Like, this is a debate that they're going to want to win, and they're going to put the work in to do it, and it's going to be entertaining. So tune in on Thursday, guys. We got a live debate coming up, and I'm telling you, it's going to be about tennis. I know that sounds like a rough topic, but I'm telling you, these guys are going to put in work. They're going to make you think about, maybe these guys might be considered.
I wouldn't say that because this is what makes debates good, right? You get knowledge from it.
Yeah,
this is what you get debates from.
Like the thing about this too is about it being tennis. Like we like to talk about all types of sports and like athletes that are in the conversations for like greatest of all time and in all sports. And we got two guys that are going to be talking about that are in this argument who should be on that list. They might not be right up at the top, but they're definitely in the conversation. So tune in on Thursday. Debate.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I suggest you guys to tune into it. Like, you're going to get, like, schooled.
Absolutely.
You're going to learn a thing or two. Like, debates aren't just for entertainment. Debates for the people who bring the facts that educate the listeners as well. So I think this is going to be good.
Be a good one, and we got a lot more coming up too. So we're gonna talk about that on Thursday. Oh my God. You guys already know we got two debates set right here. We got debates set right here. We're gonna talk about that. Yeah, we got it. We got 3 scheduled after this. We're gonna talk about it later. But tonight, the reason we're on tonight, guys, the reason we're doing 2 podcasts in a week is because we got a great week of sports. We got the Super Bowl on Sunday, and we got UFC271 on Saturday. And I always said my favorite thing to talk about is UFC, is fighting. I love talking about it. It's one of the only sports that I think it's always different when you talk about it because it's always different people. So it's gonna be fun. Now, I will say this: me and Paulie are on different agreements on this one, and usually we're on the same page with our picks. But for this one, I know we're different. I'm not going to say what it is yet, guys, but we are different on – I already know what
a little different.
I think we might be different on every single pick except for one fight on this card. I'm saying that right now as we talk. Just off of speculation on how I know you. So we'll see. But we got to start it off with the headline. I mean, we don't even need to break a lot what we're going through. We got a rematch between the middleweight championship between the champion Israel, the last style bender Adesanya, and a man he already beat in the
that is a bad man right there.
Robert Whitaker. I'm excited for this fight. There's not a lot of fights I get really excited for in the beginning of the year usually, and this is already the second fight I'm excited for in the beginning of the year already. I don't know about you, bro, but I think it's going to be an interesting fight regardless of how it goes because it could go a whole multitude of ways, and we're going to talk about that right now. So we got Israel Adesanya is 21-1. He's 3-1 since the last time these guys fought, but the only fight that he lost was against the light heavyweight champion at the time, Jan Blachowicz, at light heavyweight. So he's technically 3-0 in the division. He's beat Vittori. He knocked the shit out of Paulo Costa, and he beat Yoel Romero. On the other side, the Reaper, Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whitaker. Oh, man. He's 24-5, and he's 3-0 since the last time they fought. He's beat Darren Till, Kanye, who is on this fight card, and Kelvin Gastelum. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm more impressed with what Israel Adesanya has done because he managed a guy in Vittori that he beat before, and he was actually not that heavy of a favorite in that fight. He did phenomenal. He did phenomenal in it. He knocked out Paulo Costa, basically ended the guy's career. The guy's out there talking about now he's not going to fight again until he fights Vittori again. You remember you lost to Yoel, you lost to Israel Adesanya before you didn't make weight, right? You're calling out a guy because you lost weight and got your ass whooped. Anyway, anytime a guy ruins another guy's career like that, got to give him props. Adesanya ruined Paulo Costa's career.
He did. He took everybody got against him. They said Paulo's gonna go in there and do this and that to him. All he did was get knocked the fuck out.
Bro, and listen, as we all know, I've talked about it before, I'm not a huge fan of the type of personality that Israel Adesanya has, but he has a personality, which is, he gets fans. He's entertaining. And I will say this, though. I've been watching a lot more of his videos on how he talks. I love the confidence in the kid, bro. I really do.
It's streaming out. It's the world.
It's not even that. It's not a Conor McGregor type of confidence where he talks shit about people. He really doesn't talk shit about people that he never fought before.
That's true.
He didn't talk about Costa really before. He still doesn't even really talk about it. He just says what happened, what he did, and I like his confidence. I like it. I hate to say it. I'm starting to like the guy except for his floppy titty. I'm not liking the floppy titty in Israel Adesanya.
I was just a capsule in the closet.
So I want to break down this fight a little bit here. The odds for the fight to go the distance, which this one, these guys fought. Israel Adesanya knocked him out in round 2. So the fight to go the distance in this one is -106 for it to go the distance, -130 for it to go no. The reason I'm bringing that up to start with is because when you have to fight, the odds are that close for it to go or not go the distance. Usually it's plus on one end. So I don't really know what the odds makers are trying to tell people to do with this fight. So I want to hear your opinion, your breakdown on this fight.
I think it's going to turn out the same way as it did last time. He's not going to stop him as early. I see him probably maybe mid-4th. I think he's going to be a little bit more patient with Robert Whitaker. He knows he got better. Robert Whitaker got better. I got to give him a little respect. He definitely did step his game up, especially against Darren Till, against guys like that. He really showed taller guys don't affect him as much. But this isn't just a tall guy. This is a tall, smooth, fast, powerful guy. Izzy's not easy to hit. And Robert Whitaker is so small, like, you know what I mean? Like, he can't get in there. He doesn't have that John strength, that Calvin Gastelum strength. He doesn't have that. We gotta cut that out. What he has to do to get in there is basically take a few. He might have to take a few, and it's not something you want to do with Izzy. Is take a few because he doesn't throw, just throw, and he's a counter puncher. I don't see him kind of. I see it being stopped. I think again, Izzy's going to be very patient with him because he knows it's not somebody to fuck with. Bobby Knuckles is not somebody to fuck with.
Yeah, I want to point out two things you said. Two things. I'm gonna make a side point on them. You said Robert Whitaker got better.
Yes.
Now I don't think he got better. I think he just returned to the old Robert Whitaker. So in the first fight, he tried to just come in and just throw. Like he really didn't have a game on how he was going to throw. He just thought if I knock him out, I'm going to win. He got left.
I don't think he went in there just to throw. That's the thing. The first fight, I think he just went in there to try to stand with him and box him. Because he was being very successful.
So
in
that's
previous fights, boxing.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought that as well. And then I watched the fight again, and he looked like he was a street fighter in the fight. He was throwing like he wasn't like, guy wasn't pocketing. But that brings me to point number 2. That's why I wanted to bring that up, is because a lot of times when we talk about these guys and we talk about the reach, we say the reach only matters if you make it work. Name another fighter. I really don't even know any other fighters in UFC history except early on John Jones that used this reach to the advantage that Izzy does. It's a 7-inch reach advantage, and Israel Adesanya perfected the use of that.
That's the problem. People got to remember that Izzy is a world-class fighter, period. He isn't just an MMA fighter. World-class, he's a champion kickboxer. I think he only lost one fight in kickboxing. He's a champion kickboxer. He stepped in the boxing. I know. I'm waiting for them to collide.
This is one reason why I have the records here. It's like he's 21-1. It's like, come on, we all know what his loss was and his other loss.
And he didn't. We got to talk about that one loss though. He didn't do horrible. I don't think he was fully comfortable being big. Izzy was bigger than he usually is. So I don't think he was fully comfortable at that weight yet. But later in the round, the second half of the fight, he started getting comfortable. But it was too late.
In the fight when he moved up, he didn't cut any weight. He went in as a natural body, like you said, and that makes a difference on the number 2 thing. I think
he's not trained for fighting.
He wasn't used to a guy that was like, all right, I'll take your punches. So he wasn't used to it. And once like you said, the way to get in and beat Israel Adesanya is to get in, and you gotta take some punches to yourself. But in the first fight,
you can make a miss too. Don't get me wrong, but that ain't Robert Whitaker's game. His movement is smooth enough. I think.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, my keys to victory here, so for Robert Whitaker, you got to get inside and get dirty. But that's very risky to do on this guy because, first off, he knows how to step back. His cage awareness is phenomenal. He knows where he's at. If he's against the cage, he goes to the side, he slips out, whatever. So good luck doing that. But in order for Robert Whitaker to win this fight, that's his number 1 thing he has to do. He has to get in, use the clinch and the dirty boxing, and limit that reach. But Israel Adesanya, like you said, it's good luck.
Even at that weight, though, even at middleweight, it's hard to keep Izzy in that clinch. He reminds me of Anderson Silva. It's hard to bring down, hard to keep down. He works at it. This is what he does. So it's gonna be hard for Robert Whitaker, man. The guy I thought had a shot at beating him gave me the most boring fight in the world. Okay, Yoel Romero I thought was actually gonna fight him well enough to I can box.
Too small,
but he couldn't. Exactly.
But that's not the only reason why. Size isn't the only reason why he won the first fight. It's not the only reason why he's the champion here. This guy, like you said, he's a counterpuncher, but there's not many fighters you see in the UFC that are as precise as him. I didn't get the numbers on it because I didn't feel like looking it up because I don't like the guy, but I'm pretty sure he's top 3 in the UFC in strike accuracy. if I'm off the top of my head. He might be number one, actually. Like, this guy is precise. He picks you apart. And he showed that in the first fight. Like, he picked him apart. Whitaker came in, tried to throw, tried to get him in there, tried to stand up with him. It didn't work. I do have a thing on here, like, that I have. It's actually pretty crazy. Like, Israel Adesanya landed 40 punches that fight, 40 strikes that fight, the first fight. It was 40 for 95 at 42%, which is actually one of the lowest ones in his career.
Yeah, it's a low one.
Low for him. But get this. He landed 37 of those strikes from distance. How many of the strikes do you think Robert Whitaker landed that weren't from distance? He was 32 to 116 for the fight. How many of those punches do you think were from distance?
I say 20.
Every single one of them.
I'm about to say because he had to stay from the distance.
Like, and I'm sorry, like, you can game plan, but you got knocked out by this guy already. Like, it's not that easy to be like, all right, I'm gonna go in on a guy that caught you while you were going in the first fight. So it's like my keys to tip for Whitaker are basically things that, I mean, as a fighter, like, you already tried to do that, you know. Like, Robert Whitaker, like you said, in order for him to win, he also has to change the distance, the levels. He's got to try and go down. He's got to try and use the legs, but that's not something Whitaker does. That's not his fight.
It's not his game at all. Whitaker's a guy that's just gonna rough you the fuck up, and he does have hard hand. He has a very hard punch. Don't get me wrong, but it's not his game to do all the technically sound stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said though, he did get better. I seen a lot of different, like his last three. I seen a big progress. Beating Darren Till was a big thing.
Yeah,
when he beat Darren Till, the way he beat him too, to me that's showing. Okay, I'm not scared of the bigger guy. I'm showing you that I want to fight the bigger guy, and I'll be different this second time around. But it's always hard to beat. Listen, no matter if you beat the guy or he beats you, it's always harder the second time around.
Yeah,
it can be easier, but it's harder as well. Yeah.
Already knocked out. Like, I mean, listen, I think Robert Whitaker was in a bad spot the first time they were fighting. He was having a lot of family problems. His son was sick. A lot of medical games going on. But that doesn't take anything away from Israel Adesanya. Israel Adesanya has proved that he's worthy of the belt. He has dominated as champion, and like you said, it's kind of like Anderson Silva. So in order for Israel Adesanya to win, you want to hear my tips for him to win?
What's tips?
I have a couple written down, but we don't need to do it. It's the same thing. Don't change shit. Like, don't change everything. Like, literally, he doesn't need to change.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Like, think about it. What do you have to change? You use your jab, you use your kicks, boom, tiring. I mean,
that's the one. That's my favorite thing about Zito is his jab. I'm a huge jab guy when it comes to any combat sport, boxing or MMA. The jab is like your best weapon. It's your best weapon. And Izzy executes it from the length beautifully. He's not guys out with the jab. It might have been a smaller jab behind it.
Yeah, we just watched guy Strickland fight and use the jab. Now Strickland is a typical, that
beautiful
little,
jab.
Jab. But Izzy's jab, if you've ever remember watching this fight, it's not just a jab. It's a jab and then some other shit. Like he always follows. He's one of the only fighters that I've watched that follow. Like he consistently follows his jab with like a leg kick. Yeah. Like they don't do that shit. You're putting for bam, it kicks you. Like
a lot of times he's just flashing it. There's one tip I can give Robert Whitaker is he's just flashing the jab a lot. A lot of times he's flashing it just to throw you off a little bit. Don't be afraid to step into that one and go to the right. Step into that one, go to the left. He gotta just keep going for it. The jab isn't gonna. I ain't gonna say that, but the jab might hurt him, but not as much as a counter, not as much as a kick, not as much as a hook, a cross, anything. Jab you could take, especially ones where he's backing up. Bang, just keep moving forward. That's the only thing I can say about Robert Whitaker. If you want to go take him down, grab his legs, try to rough him up. Good luck to you, because there's a reason why Izzy got that long, wide stance. So good luck.
I mean, like I don't like the guy top 5 in the UFC. Like, if you don't have him in your top 5 pound for pound, you're retarded. Like,
yeah, I gotta. When it comes to that,
I mean, considering the fact that he just lost to Jan, I don't really take that heavy on his ranking
he
because
stepped up to the light heavyweight to fight the champion. Basically,
yeah, I don't think he properly was coached for that. To be honest with you, like I don't think whoever was in his corner did anything correct in that fight. Like that wasn't just on him. His coach, his can't fuck that one up. Like
yeah,
you're going up
really right.
Like yeah, I think if he goes up again and he fights, you know, maybe not Glover. I think he destroys Glover. I'm not gonna lie. I think he kills Glover. But this Jerry guy, Presenchik, whatever his name is, be interesting because that's a guy that I think if he moves up, he's not gonna try to take you down. He's a guy that's like Izzy that likes to fucking counter. He likes to throw. I think it would be a different fight, and I think he would be prepped differently. So we'll see. I mean, because honestly, think about it. Like, if he wins this fight, and let's say he knocks out Reaper again, the next up is the fight that is on this fight card. It's Derek Brunson and Cannonier, or you get Strickland. I already beat Brunson. Strickland's
I think all three of them are easy weight. As much as I like Sean Strickland, and I love Connor too. The one thing I like Connor is his toughness. I love how tough. Oh my god, so he's just a bull in there. But I don't think neither one of those three have a chance.
I don't know, man. I just think like I wouldn't be surprised if Izzy did move back up. Like if he moved up, like again.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just think like he went up there once, realized he fucked up. So he's like that guy that if he wins, he'll go up there to just prove to himself, like, yo, I can do this. Like I messed up. And I will see.
If he's offered a fight to go up to 205 again, right?
That all counts, yeah.
Would Dominic Reyes tickle your fancies?
I'm not a fan of Dominic Reyes. I think Dominic Reyes got in his own ego after that John Jones loss. Mm-hmm. I think, you know, he thinks he won the fight. He put all his eggs in a basket, and then he got knocked out the next fight. You know what happens? Sometimes when you fight these legends and you lose to them, and you almost win, quote unquote, you tank, you go downhill. And I think that happened to Reyes. I think Reyes, I was never a fan of him anyway. I just think I'm just not a fan of the guy. I think Israel, because Reyes would be the type of guy that would try to stand with Izzy, and like you don't stand with Izzy. So I mean, I think Izzy fucks him up. Yeah. You know, but let's see. That's a little different. It's a little different in that one because, in the sense, Thiago is older in his career. He uses the kicks, and he might try to take him down. But I think Izzy, like Thiago's also the type of guy that would like to throw with you. He has that Brazilian swag, and he's like, "Oh, I'm bigger than this guy. I'll knock him out." And I think Izzy would piece him up again. You know, he's good. That's an interesting fight though because he's a bigger guy, kind of can take you down. But I think Izzy's going to learn from that experience, and it's going to make him a better fighter. It's going to make him scarier going forward. Like it really is. You know. Yeah. So I mean, but Usman might move up the light heavyweight. He might skip a division. So we'll see. I would like to see.
You want my opinion on that? You want my opinion on that? I think it'll be a dumb thing he does. I'm serious.
I don't know.
It would be the dumbest thing for him to go to the light heavyweight fight. He's already small. I get why they're saying it. I think middleweight will be better for him if he wants to move up to 185. A little bit more comfortable, but now you're putting on 35 pounds to go up and fight.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Usman's a fucking tank, but he'd remind me of Rashad Evans if he went up. You know,
well, they train together, so I can see
that. The prime Rashad Evans, like prime,
the beast.
Like he'd be like,
when he was a fair fighter, the beast.
Yeah, before John Jones came into his camp and ruined his life. Yeah, that one. But we got to call this fight here. We got the odds here. We got Israel Adesanya as favorite at -265. Robert Whitaker is the underdog at +210. We got by KO. We got Adesanya +170. Reaper +600. By submission, if God forbid somehow it gets a submission, we got Adesanya +2600, which would be nuts, which is not happening. And we got Robert Whitaker at plus 1,300 for it to go to points. We got Adesanya plus 175 and Reaper plus 450. So I need to hear your pick, even though we already got it.
Oh, Izzy by knockout, 4th round.
First round? Oh, you put on the egg.
Fourth. I said fourth. I told you it's going to be later because he's going to break him down a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, so coming into this fight, I was like, yo, I'm taking my man Bobby Knuckles. I like him. I want him to win. I want him to regain his title. I like him. But the more I started watching clips, started breaking down it for this podcast, even though you say Whitaker got better, he didn't change much. That's going to fight against Adesanya. The way to beat Adesanya is the way that Whitaker doesn't fight. You know?
Yeah.
So I hate to say it, but sorry, Bobby Knuckles. I'm going against you. I'm actually taking a 3rd round knockout by Adesanya. I got 3rd round knockout.
Oh, you got him before? Okay. All right. I think you knocked him out in the first one, I believe.
Early. Originally, I had Bobby Knuckles by decision, but the more I looked into this fight, and I was like, I don't know. Like, all the guys that took him to decision, Yoel was a beast. Like, Yoel just doesn't go down. Like, he just doesn't go down.
Yeah.
And
he just brawled. Those two just brawled that fight. That was just a slug.
Vittori was the guy that was actually able to get in because he was bigger.
Yeah.
And Robert Whitaker ain't either of those guys. So
he's not either one of those guys.
Hate to say it, but sorry, Bobby Knuckles. I had to take you out of my parlay. Next up, we got a fight. We got Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, versus Ty Bam Bam. Now, I'm actually more excited for this fight than
me too, man. Look, man, I know one thing. There's one thing we know about this fight. It's not going past 2. It's not going past 2.
Like, it's not going past 2. Because, like, I was thinking about that too. And I was going to say 2nd round, but after that Nagano fight with Derek Lewis, he's come out on every single fight since in the 1st round. You know, because he got his ass chewed out after that boring fight, and I don't blame him. You know, he don't want to get hit by Francis Ngannou. I wouldn't want to get hit by either of these guys. You know, in this fight, Derek Lewis is favored at minus 192, and Ty is plus 154.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, hold on. First of all, we got to put a little respect on Ty's name, bro. You want to talk about somebody who's gotten better? Ty's gotten better.
Yo, he got a nickname as Bam Bam for a reason, bro. But Derek Lewis is also, there's no doubt on Derek Lewis. But I am going to say this. In Derek Lewis's fight, I am, in the last year, 2 years, his last 4 fights, I'm 4-0 betting on Derek Lewis's fights. So, just letting you guys know, I haven't lost a Derek Lewis fight in 4 fights, and I don't think I'm going to lose this one either. But anyway, I didn't have the odds for knockouts or points on this because I didn't. It wasn't up when I made my notes, but we're likely to say it's probably going to be knockouts. Going to be pretty high for either of them. In the last 3 fights, Derek Lewis is 2-1. He lost to Cyril Gain, got knocked out. But then again, he knocked out Curtis Blades and Diakis. What was the guy's name?
That was his warm-up fight. That guy was his warm-up fight because he was off for a second.
Yeah. He's 26-8 with 21 knockouts. And of his 8 been knocked out 5 times. So it's like he likes to throw. On the other side, we got Ty in his last 4. He's 4-0 with 3 first-round knockouts. He beat Steven Struve, not saying much. Greg Hardy, not really saying much. And Sakai, not really saying much either. But the fact that he came in with these guys that were bangers and banged them out, no homo.
Violation.
I said no homo right away. You knocked him out. He's 13-3 with 12 knockouts. 11 of those knockouts are in the 1st round, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And out of his losses, 3 losses, all go knockout, submission, points. So he's rounded out on his losses.
Yeah.
I don't really know how we break this fight down, except that they both throw bombs.
And
But I do want to.
I want to go. I don't want to go against the Black Beast because I love the Black Beast, but I would love to see him chug another sneaker. Listen, listen. This is why I'm cheering for T now. This is why. When he takes a sneaker, he does that look. It's over. The crowd goes wild. He's a marketable guy. I'm going with T on this one. Get him in the second. Listen, Black Beast is due for a bad one again, and I love him, but he's due for a bad one. But T, I think he's gonna get him out of there, bro. He may even submit him.
I want to bring 2 things into this. Number one, the disrespect for Ty is ridiculous. Like, he's not even ranked in the top 10 by UFC heavyweights.
Well, I think this is why Dana's doing this.
Above him, really?
I think this is Dana's way of saying you beat him, you're dropping yourself into the top 5. I mean, top 10. So you beat the Beast, man. You're jumping in there. But if the Beast loses, this is gonna be like they're gonna start calling him the key holder now.
Yeah,
and it's a shame.
You know,
it's a shame because
they're setting it up for Derek Lewis to win. Derek Lewis, 2 things. One, he's fighting a guy that's gonna throw with him, and Black Beast when he hits, might go 9-9. And number 2, he's fighting at home. The fight's in Houston, Texas. He's at home.
He's beyond hype.
I don't know if you remember the last time he fought at home. You remember that?
I believe that was against
Derek Lewis.
Hold on. I remember that. I do remember it because he went to on the NBA.
Everybody in the whole group remembers it.
Let me see. When was the last time he fought?
The emergence of Cyril Gane. He fought Cyril Gane for the interim title.
That was in Houston.
Got his fucking ass whooped at home.
Yeah, that was in Houston.
The only reason I brought it up, that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because I don't think it's like, okay. He said the pressure of him fighting at home was too much, that he doesn't want to ever fight at home again. Yet, here we are. He's fighting at home again. So it's like,
at least you got to bring one home. That means, you know what, though? That might push me to the Black Beast now because he lost once in front of his home crowd. Houston's kind of a shitty city right now when it comes to sports. So he can literally become the hero of this town again.
I hate to say it, though. He's going to be Ty's chugging the boot, bro. Ty's chugging the boot.
He's going to chug. I'm guessing he's going to either chug a Nike Dunk or a Yeezy to that. Whoever's going to throw that shoe in there first, I'm telling you, he's special, man. And I think, speaking of shoes, this is The Rock's first show as the official sneaker sponsor of the UFC.
Oh, that guy.
He's in The Rock project.
It could be.
Look,
this is a hard fight to pick, but I like Ty as the underdog here at plus 154. And I don't, like I said, I don't know what the knockout is. I'm pretty sure it's like plus 260 knockout for Ty. I love that. I love that bet. I have that I'm putting that in my parlays.
I'll go with him. So
now we got the next fight coming up, which is pretty much for the number 1 contender of the middleweight, barring if Whitaker wins, like we predict. We got Cannonier versus Brunson. Cannonier is actually favored in this fight. I thought
I'm not shocked.
I thought it would be Brunson because you don't see ESPN put Cannonier ever on any promos, where Brunson's on a couple of them. I guess because Brunson's been here longer.
It's hard to, a guy like Connor is just kind of a plain guy. You ever see him? Like, you ever see how he acts at his press conferences? He's very, plain.
Yeah, I seen him knock the dude out, and I was like, damn. That's
the first time I seen him fight was against Anderson. That was the first fight I saw against Anderson. He came in with a pick in his head and a hole in his UFC shirt. And I was like, all right, this dude's hungry. That's what it means. And I knew Anderson was in trouble. I'm the biggest Anderson Silva fan probably ever. I was like, oh, shit, Anderson's in trouble. This is a hungry guy, bro. And he looked it, too. But that's...
First time I ever seen him fight was the fight before the Silva fight when he knocked out Branch. When he knocked just
Oh yeah, I forgot to be Branch.
Opening rounds of the second round came in, just bam, knocked him out.
Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot about that Branch, man.
Yeah.
But yo, Dave Bronson's on a 5-fight win streak.
That's why he's on a 5-fight win streak where he's beating Darren Till, Kevin Holland, Shabazin, Ian Heinisch, and another guy. He's on a 5-fight win streak in the middleweight division, and I was like, wow.
That's impressive.
This is
title contention probably. This can be definitely title contention, in my opinion. And
his last loss was to Israel Adesanya.
He dismantled him too. It was nasty.
He knocks out like
body shot. It was a needle with a nasty knee to the body, and he sunk. That's what happened.
Derek Brunson's old too. He's like 38, so it's like for him to be on a 5-fight win streak at that age is pretty damn phenomenal.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's another impressive thing too. Conor is 37, I believe.
Let me see. How old is Kanye? Yeah, he's 37. 37. He doesn't look that old. He looks younger. Brunson looks old.
That's the one thing. If you look at him when he first came to the UFC, he wasn't as cut as chiseled. Because in terms, he was broke. He said he was broke. Now he has the right trainers, the right nutrition. He's training right. His age went backwards.
You know, this fight's gonna be a little different because we got Derek Brunson who would fight southpaw, and Kanye switched it up. He's typically orthodox, but you don't see a lot of guys that fight southpaw anymore. Like you really don't. Like it's kind of like a dying breed.
Well, I can see where you're coming from on that one, but I think a lot of guys gonna fight southpaw because if you're not doing it right, you're open. And MMA, I always say MMA, you really don't need to be orthodox or southpaw because you're gonna be switching left and right anyway. Regardless of what you do, you're gonna be switching left and right anyway. So your stance is never the same in MMA. Never.
Yeah, but it is different for a guy that's never fought a southpaw to see the jab coming from the right hand.
That's true. That's true.
A little bit different, a little bit fight style. But like you said, it shouldn't switch up much. You should be used to it. So
it shouldn't. A lot of these guys, like especially a guy like Conor, who's awkward when he fights. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think it's not gonna be too much of a difference.
Who are we taking?
I'm rolling with Jared Conor because I feel like I like what he did against Kevin Gastelum. He did just beat Jack Hermanson, and I mean the resume is there. He's due for a big fight. I think after he wins, he'll definitely get the easy fight.
Yeah.
Either that or they'll throw him in there with Uriah Hall.
Good. I'm going against you on this one. I think this is Derek Brunson's last hurrah. I think he's going to win this fight, get a title shot, and then he's
5-fight wins. I think this is going to take a lot out of him. I think he knows he has a lot on the line right now.
It's going to be a good fight, but I think the striking accuracy of Derek Brunson has improved tremendously. And I'm just curious to see if he can take a punch from Kanye, which he hits pretty hard. So I'm curious to see if he can take the punches from him. But I'm still going Derek Brunson. So that's my second underdog. We'll see. It's hard to even break these guys down. They both got pretty good resumes. They really do. Like they're neither of them are that great.
Yeah.
Like they're not.
Derek Brunson's been in the game for a long time, though, man. If you think about it, he's been in it a while. I mean, he's fought every single fighter.
Yeah, dude. But like, what the thing is about him? I also broke this down about Derek Brunson, and every single he has 7 losses, and all of his 7 losses were Izzy, Souza, Silver, Whitaker, all by knockout. So like every single time he loses a big fight, he gets knocked out. So like if I was gonna bet against him in this fight, I would bet Pioneer to get a knockout. Because it seems that every time this guy gets there and gets a big fight, he gets punched in the face and gets knocked out. And that's why I question, can he take punches? So I'm hoping Brunson finishes him. I'm taking Brunson by KO. So we'll see.
We'll see about that.
The next fight we got Phillips versus Rojo. Now, I don't know if you remember, Kyler Phillips was supposed to be the next guy. And then he lost.
Yeah, I remember the hairstyle.
Remember, he came in, he just beat the shit out of Song Yadong. He fucked up my parlay. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Looked up, he's supposed to be the man. He's supposed to basically be like Sean O'Malley, just a different guy. And then he got knocked out in July. Screwed everything up for the UFC. So this is a huge fight, dude. This is a huge fight. He's favored by minus 355 in this fight. Typically, when a guy is favored that much, it should be an easy win. But this guy can fight, bro. Rojo, I don't know if you've ever seen him. He reminds me of like the Detroit Lions in a way where they're always in a game and they find a way to lose. Like that's just what this guy is. Like he's always been there and just loses. So I mean,
oh my god, you say he reminds me of the Detroit Lions?
He is, dude, because like go watch him in the fights. He's an entertaining guy, entertaining fighter, but he just always like laughing. Like midway through the fight, he just like dies. Like I don't know what happens. Like he has 8 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. He's talented. He can do a lot of stuff, but he loses by points like every single fight because he dies. Like I don't know if he doesn't get the cardio in or what it is, but I mean, I wouldn't be too confident in that minus 355. That's all I'm saying. I think Kyler Phillips is going to win, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he's losing the fight early and then Rojo pulls a lion. And
I'm actually going to roll with Kyler Phillips on this too because now I remember who he is.
Yeah, you probably see him.
Oh, yeah. He reminds me of the dude off of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That's who he reminds me of. And I remember saying that when you called it, yo, is that the dude from Always Sunny? Like, yeah, he has a lot of potential.
You ever notice on like the UFC fights, they always put the second fight on the cards, always like the boring one. So like,
yeah,
that's why we're not going to talk about this fight that much because it's the second fight. It's pretty boring. We got another fight coming up that I actually like. We got Green versus Hagperist. Now, I don't know if you remember Nasrat Hagperist. Do you remember him?
No.
He fought Dan Hooker. He looks like a fat Kelvin Gastelum. Or fatter Kelvin Gastelum. Look him up right now. Look him up and tell me you don't look like Kelvin Gastelum. He's from Afghanistan.
I'm about to go watch him right now. I'm actually about to watch a highlight of him right now. Like,
He looks like him, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he does.
Tony? He does, bro. And the funny thing is, I say fat.
I know Bobby Green. I've seen Bobby Green, but this guy. Yo, they could be brothers, bro.
Right?
He's the German Kevin Gastelum.
He really does. I like him though, bro. Like I like him because his last fight that he lost against Dan Hooker, it was an entertaining fight. That came down to the final minute of that fight. If you remember that fight with Dan Hooker,
he needed to win.
He needs to win. Bobby Green needs to win to stay relevant as well. We got Bobby Green is favored at minus 168. Nasrat is 136.
Bobby Green has hands.
He does. You know, I'm not a fan.
I'm a fan. Yeah, not too much of him myself, but he's a good contender. But I know he has hands.
Yeah, I mean,
the last fight I saw him in was against Lando. So, and I see he really took Lando to school.
You remember his fight against Francisco Trinaldo?
Yes, he lost that fight, right? Did he get knocked out that fight?
No, it was a decision fight, but both of them knocked each other down. Like they literally like just stood up and punched each other the entire fight. It was a great fight. I remember that. I do remember him getting knocked the fuck out by Dustin Poirier as well.
Yeah, I think I don't remember if he beat who was it, Barbosa? I forgot.
He lost to Barbosa. Yeah.
Damn, yeah.
He lost to Barbosa, lost to Poirier back to back. I mean, that's a good back to back fight, though. I mean, he's fought guys. He's fought a lot. Like he's been in the UFC since 2013. Like that's a experienced career right there.
Very experienced.
He
did beat Clay Guida, though. He beat Clay. That's a tough son of a bitch. So
He did.
tough son of a bitch.
This fight, listen, like I didn't really do much research on it because I've seen them both and I've watched the eye test on both of them. And I got my man Nasrat Hagparis. I'm taking him in this fight by decision.
Okay. Listen,
I have underdog momentum in this fight card.
I don't blame you. I mean, he's 13-4. I mean, he does bring the heat.
If it wasn't for my switch of Bobby Knuckles, I'd have 4 out of 5 underdogs winning. So my parlay would be killer, but I had to switch it.
You're going straight this. Now, if you get this right, you get these underdogs right, I'll be very, very impressed.
Well, I switched it. I'll be really bad if I hit everything and then Robert Whitaker wins because I switched it, but I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
We got an interesting fight card though. We got a great shoot here. A lot of young guys. Now, like we talked about Casey O'Neill on the undercard. Female flyweight 8-0 against
8-0 taking on a very, very tough Roxanne. Very tough.
That's good. I actually like not real hype on the girl fights a lot of times, but like for this fight, I am like she's favored by -400, and it's like, have you seen Roxanne fight? Like Roxanne, like another Detroit Lion.
She's slow. She's always in there. She's gonna get you down. If she gets you down, she's probably gonna do most work. But she's slow. Her hands are not there. Like she kind of slaps you to get in.
Check this
slaps you to get in to grab you.
Yeah, like this is actually pretty crazy. Her fights. Like I remember watching her a couple times, but listen to this. So her last fight since 2018. Decision loss, decision win, decision loss, decision win, decision loss, decision win, decision loss, decision loss. Like every other fight was like a decision win, a decision loss. She's due for a win, bro. Like her thing got fucked up. Like she's at plus 350. I mean, I think she's gonna lose. But like, hey,
I mean, she can hold her own against strikers, though. She does have a chance to beat. She beat Shlenko's little sister.
Yeah,
she beat the little sister of Valentina. So, I mean, yeah, you're right though. Decision win. Decision win.
The record would be interesting. Like you don't see that often. Like win loss. He's like
16-15.
Yeah,
25-19. Wow.
Hey, I mean, 25-20 as the record. Like Jesus, like,
that's crazy. 25-19
for a woman fighter.
That's like Michael Johnson right there, bro.
Like, dude, she's gonna have the biggest record for a woman I've ever seen. Like she's scary. Like she can do some things not bad. So I mean, but then again, we got O'Neal. Casey O'Neill is pretty damn good, bro. Like, but I will say this. Her last fight was against Shevchenko, and she knocked her out. This is the younger one, obviously. So, against common opponents, she's better. So, I mean, Casey O'Neill's pretty good. But we a lot of times when these women fight, we see them being that favored, and they're coming up new. Like, they typically sometimes they lose. So, I mean, I'm taking O'Neal in the fight. But,
Paige. Hey. We can talk about Paige then.
Macy Barber. Like, what's the other fight? We got another fight on here. Alex Perez is on here. He's top 10 in the division. It's a big fight for him. He's fighting Schnell. If Alex Perez wins this fight, like his last loss was against Figueiredo when Figueiredo was the champion. So it's like he hasn't fought since his last title fight. He was hurt. So it's a big fight for him. Like if he wins this fight, he moves right back up there to possibly be in the top 5. So it's a big fight for him. But other than that, man, I think it's going to be an interesting fight card. I think we gave you guys a lot of stuff. We broke it down. I don't know if you got anything else you want to say about the fight card, though.
Tune in for Andre Arlovsky as well. Don't forget about the OG, bro. We gotta talk about the OG. He's been around. Let's just say. He is fighting a younger guy. I think it's just to give it a little bit of buzz. But
Speaking
other
of
than that,
32-20. Jesus
listen,
Christ.
the man has fought everywhere. He's fought in Strikeforce. He's fought in when he went on that when he left the UFC, he went on a win streak, a crazy win streak. I think it was Fight League. He went on a crazy win streak. Won the heavyweight championship there, came back, went on a streak in the UFC. Then got knocked out by was it
Rico
was it Steve?
Then he got knocked. His return to the UFC got knocked out by Stipe, got knocked out by Overeem, got knocked out by Francis Ngannou. He definitely has CTE, bro.
Whenever a good heavyweight steps into the UFC, they throw him in there with Andre Arlovski. That's it's either Andre Arlovski or they throw him in there with who's the other guy? Oh, he beat Ty.
Look at this guy's fights. He fought Tim Sylvia, Fabricio Werdum, Ben Rothwell, Roy Nelson, Fedor, Antonio Silva, Tim Sylvia, Anthony Johnson, Brendan Schaub, Travis Brownie, Frank Mir, Steve Bay.
Did he play Anthony Johnson?
Yeah, he's right here. He lost to him by decision. That's when he went down to light heavyweight. World Series of Fighting. Huh.
Wow.
I'm just looking up. He's literally, like you said, like if you're a heavyweight, you made it in the UFC, or even like a light heavyweight, you fought this guy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, you're seeing Andre Arlovski, and you're probably going to see JDS. There's two fighters you're going to see if you're an up-and-coming heavyweight fighter. And Overeem as well. They throw you in there with the knockout artists, and we see what you could do. That's what they ended up. That's why these guys are still around. Like, there's no way Overeem should be in the UFC. No way JDS should even step a foot back in the cage.
JDS got cut. So we'll see if Arlovski loses this fight. He might be next. End of an era. We'll see. He is interesting. I mean, yeah, I would love to have a conversation with that guy because that guy got some experiences.
Oh my god, I want to know how hard it was, how it felt to be in there with a guy like Francis Ngannou. I want to know.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So guys, tune in Saturday. We got UFC 271 in Houston, Texas. We got Robert Whitaker taking on the champ, Adesanya. Tune in. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And like we said in the beginning of the episode, we're going to be back on Thursday with the debate. So tune the fuck in.
It's Super Bowl week too. We got content coming.
Absolutely. I'm going to leave it to you. Finish it off.
Appreciate you guys for watching. Tune in Thursday. We got a banger. Join the group. We got a YouTube page now.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you want to be. You want to be on that YouTube page. It's the Stoop Knockout page. You want to be on that YouTube page. It's where you're going to get you're going to see our pretty faces. This is where you want to be. I'm telling you. Always follow us on all sorts of platforms. Instagram, Facebook, everything. Make sure you jump on the Stoop Life, my side of the block, anything BKL. Just get on it. Stop being a bitch. Get on it.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, I do want to say you brought up the Super Bowl. The Simpsons have projected that Cincinnati wins 34-31. So, just saying.
I saw that.
It's probably fake.
Someone probably had the Bengals going across his stomach. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. It was probably fake.
But it's going to be wrong this time.
All right, whatever. We'll see. Just saying. Just throwing it out there, guys. Simpsons get everything right. But, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Paulie, we'll see you later. See you guys Thursday. Tune in.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.